Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to TCG University. It's me, Noah, here doing another deck profile for All Might 2 Dot for our campus championship. This is the first time I played this character, so I didn't know what I was doing when I built this deck. Honestly, I wanted to build it and figure it out, but I just could not wrap my head around this. Almost the same as when I tried playing Endeavor initially. So All Might 2 Dot is 6-hander, 29 health. I'm gonna go way in depth with this one because I don't know anything he does. Enhanced discard, or yeah, enhanced discard the top 4 cards of your deck. Your attack gets +2 damage. If it's not, or if it's blocked, your next one gets +2 damage. And then enhance discard momentum, draw a card. If this attack's not blocked, draw a card. Which I think that's really cool. I might just play this as like a throw deck, so we constantly have some form of momentum, so we can keep drawing cards and we can just keep throwing throws at people. Moving on though, so we played 3 copies of Howitzer Impact. The way I played this essentially was just to mill myself out of cards and just try to take advantage of that with a lot of Bakugo cards and some of the Endeavor cards in the process, and this also blows things up so we can take advantage of it. So this card obviously is a 4/6 that says I can blow up a foundation to give it +2 speed, and if I blow up a foundation anyways, it also gets -2 on its difficulty, which is super sick. We played 3 copies of Hellflame Cross Punch because I think it's just a nutso card to play in any of the symbols that it has, as long as you're not playing a specific archetype like weapons or text or whatever. So respond after you block with this card at the end phase, you can add it back to hand, super sick. And then enhance discard top 2 cards of my deck. If the damage is 8 or more, it gets +3 speed as well. What I think was the MVP card, honestly enough, was Mighty Punch, which we played at 4 copies of. There was the only game I won with this. I played 3 copies of this back to back, I believe. So Mighty Punch says enhance discard top 4 cards of your deck. If it's not blocked, draw 2 cards, super sick. And then Deadlock, enhance discard the top 10 cards of your rival's deck. Basically, I think I threw 3 of these back to back to back so I could keep drawing cards to just build up, especially with All Might's ability to mill. We also just keep giving things damage. It was basically just put pressure on. We played 4 copies of Hellflame Javelin. In case Breaker ever exists, this can stop people from breakering me. And then also, if we ever have 10 or fewer cards in our deck, we can have our opponent commit 2 foundations. Or I guess we get to, right? Commit 2 rival foundations or assets, any combination, which is super sick. So we get to target commit. And then last, on the attacks, we played 4 copies of Confident Counter-Strike. I just wanted to try this card out because I thought this card was really cool. If your last attack is blocked, it gets +3 damage, which is super sick. Meaning with Endeavor, or not Endeavor, my bad, with All Might, it can come in with +5 damage if they block the last attack. And then response, after you block with it, your rival loses 2 health. They can discard to cancel that, essentially. The attack lineup is really choppy. So surprise, surprise, because we can play it in this. We play Defrosting again as usual, just because it gives speed, it gives damage, or takes away speed or takes away damage, and it mills, which is important. We played 1 copy of Capabilities because we are playing a few Fury attacks and we kind of generate momentum to some degree, so it's nice to have just in case. We played 2 copies Irrefutable Force of Nature just so we can lock down pesky foundations. We played 4 copies because we're milling ourselves in the process of Tutoring Kirishima, so we can flip things just in case we want to as well. We play 4 copies of Latent Skill, so we can put things in discard if need be, and we can draw cards, reset our hand, cycle through, all that fun stuff. 4 copies of Reveilletta's Masterpiece because it also mills a card and it gives a damage in the process. We are playing under fire, so there's no reason not to play 4 copies of League Interview. It mills us a card, which is cool, so we can shorten our deck and get to our pieces faster if need be. It also makes sure our checks can pass via the first form or its actual response. 3 copies of Nervous Habit just because we need a bit of speed. Our attacks can hit, but they don't hit hard if they can block them. So this will give us the speed that we would need. We play 4 copies of Aggressive Timber just for extra damage on milling or blowing it up. 3 copies of Ice Gliding because, again, speed hate is really good and this is the primary usage of this card. 3 copies of Arrogant Disposition. You don't see punches so often, but the fact that it is a 1/6 with a 2 low is super sick. We play a good chunk of Fury attacks in here, so we play 4 copies of Let's Fight Bad Guys for extra speed, as usual. More speed hate the better sometimes, so we play 3 copies of Clever Distraction for anything that's a high or a low. And then the only spam I put in here in terms of 0 diffs was 4 copies of In Danger. That way, if we need to, we can blow it up and reduce the speed of something, so it's just easier to block. Going to the wrap up for All Might, I do like the deck. I think the better way for me to play this is just to make it a throw deck and rely on that more than anything else. And the size that it was fine. I think the size wasn't an issue. Seeing attacks wasn't too much of an issue, as much as it was seeing attacks that could do the damage I needed them to. Otherwise, yeah, that would be the only big difference I would make to the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out our socials, our Patreon, if you care enough to. It's whatever. We have a TCG player in case you're looking for any cards of multiple different card games that we don't even play on the channel, things like Pokemon as well. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed.